Something huge is happening in the business world, and it's completely rewriting the rules of corporate responsibility. For what feels like forever, sustainability has been all about storytelling. Well, that's over. We're officially in the era of audit-ready sustainability, and we're about to break down exactly what that means for every single leader out there.
You know the drill, right? For years, this was just how things were done. Companies would set these really big, ambitious goals, publish these beautiful, glossy reports, and the intention was usually good. But the data behind it all? Oof, it was often fragile, scattered across a million different spreadsheets, and almost impossible to actually verify. It was a world of carefully worded narratives living in this kind of gray zone between what was hoped for and what was real.
But that's all changing. That gray zone? It's vanishing. And the gap between what companies say they're doing and what they can actually prove, well, that gap is closing. And it's closing really, really fast.
So what does the end of that era actually look like? Well, it's a huge transition. We're moving away from storytelling and jumping headfirst into fact-telling. The entire foundation of sustainability reporting is being rebuilt from the ground up.
And this change is happening everywhere you look. Think about it. We're going from fragile, scattered data, those messy spreadsheets, to reliable, decision-grade intelligence. Those vague, aspirational claims are being replaced by facts you can actually verify and prove. What used to be just a communications exercise is now a core part of business strategy. And maybe the biggest shift of all is this. What used to feel like a burden, just another report to file, is now a source of true competitive advantage.
So you might be asking, what's behind this massive shift? Why is all of this happening right now? Well, it's not just one thing. It's more like a perfect storm, a powerful wave of change coming from pretty much every direction. Let's just quickly break down these forces. You've got regulators from Europe all the way to Asia who are now demanding that this data be assured. You've got investors who are flat out refusing to accept numbers they can't verify. Customers, they are so tired of vague marketing fluff, they want clarity. Your own employees expect honesty and integrity from the top. And to top it all off, technology has made it practically impossible to hide any inconsistencies. The pressure for proof is literally coming from everywhere.
And this right here sets the new gold standard. Just think about it for a second. A company's financial data goes through an incredible amount of scrutiny, controls, and verification, right? The new mandate is to apply that exact same level of discipline to your ESG data. Every single number from carbon emissions to supply chain ethics has to be able to survive a full-blown audit.
Now, this isn't just some technical problem for the IT department to solve. No, this is a leadership challenge through and through. So how does a CEO actually pull this off? It really requires a clear playbook, and it has to start at the very top.
This playbook really boils down to 4 key actions. First, you've got to shift the entire mindset. This isn't a chore, it's a strategic asset. Second, you have to invest in the right systems, finally moving away from that patchwork of spreadsheets into integrated real-time data. Third is all about building the culture, making sure ESG numbers get the same tough questions as revenue figures. And finally, number 4 is about busting down those silos and uniting teams, sustainability, finance, risk, supply chain, getting them to all work together on this.
And this really gets to the heart of the matter. Because as boards and regulators start demanding that leaders personally sign off on these ESG disclosures, the whole conversation changes. It's no longer, hey, what did the sustainability team report? It becomes a question of personal accountability. It's about what you, as a leader, are willing to stand behind. It's about integrity.
Okay, look, making this shift is a huge effort, I'm not going to lie, but the payoff is equally massive. This isn't just about dodging bullets and avoiding risk. It's about unlocking some serious business value and turning this new reality into a powerful competitive advantage.
And these rewards are very real. Having verifiable, audit-ready data makes your brand so much more authentic and resilient. It can improve your access to sustainable finance, and it might even lower your overall cost of capital. It makes you a magnet for top talent, especially for younger generations who really care about this stuff. Heck, it even gives you more power when you're negotiating with customers who are now demanding proof of your claims.
You can pretty much bucket this value into 3 key areas. First, having trustworthy data is a huge help in mitigating regulatory and reputational risks. Second, it absolutely improves your access to capital. But what's maybe most exciting is that it unlocks all these new growth opportunities by driving innovation and helping you grab new market share. And that right there is the big idea. When your sustainability data is actually reliable, your teams can use it to do amazing things. Redesign products, explore circular business models, create brand new revenue streams. It stops being a line item on the cost sheet and starts becoming the engine for your company's transformation.
At the end of the day, all of these things we've talked about, the systems, the culture, the strategy, they all point to one single thing. When you strip everything else away, this entire transformation is about earning the new currency of business. And that currency is trust.
In this new era, authenticity has a very specific meaning. It's the ability to stop relying on marketing messages and start using fact-based storytelling. Stories that can actually hold up under intense scrutiny from investors, from regulators, and from your own customers.
And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? The leaders who get this, who embrace this audit-ready future, they're not just doing it because they have to. They're doing it because they understand that in a world that is screaming for transparency, trust is the single most valuable asset their company can possibly have.
So we'll just leave you with this final question to think about for your own organization. When you talk about your impact on the world, are you just making a claim? Or are you presenting proof? Because in the new era of audit-ready sustainability, that one question makes all the difference in the world.